Hello, everybody. I'm Chuck Gibson. This is Loveland Beacon Talks, the City of Loveland Sesquicentennial special edition, and I am so pleased to have as my guest today Loveland Police Chief Mike Gabrielson. Mike, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
It's you know what? We've got a lot to talk about.
We do.
And we get to start with the fun stuff. So as Loveland celebrates 150 years this year, one of the big things, if not the biggest thing, is the weekend of May 16th and 17th.
Yes.
And it kicks off with the vintage baseball game.
Exactly.
Where Loveland, you guys are hosting the 1869 Red Stockings from the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame, which I am proudly a member of that team. But we are looking so forward to the game. Tell me from where you're sitting, tell me a little bit about the game and the plan for that day, starting with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So this has been a long time coming, 2 years of planning to get to this. We wanted something that would just bring the community together, and what a better thing than baseball. And in our own backyard, we have a fantastic resource of the Reds Hall of Fame team, 1869 Red Stockings. So we reached out, we got the game, got it on the calendar. We luckily enough to get it on the calendar. We have put together we'll call it a celebrity team. Some local business owners will be involved, some of the staff members, maybe some local celebrities will be on the field out there.
Police and firemen.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. We wanted to make it again and involve the community. So it's made up of from city staff to business owners throughout the city, just supporters of the city, people that love Loveland as much as we all do.
Well, I'm going to say. So are we going to see David Kennedy come to the plate?
You will see him there, I guarantee it.
How about Mayor Bailey? There's no reason why a fine lady can't step to the plate and get a couple
I think the mayor is going to step in and do a little announcing role for us to kind of keep everything going.
That should be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a great day.
I couldn't resist, though.
So sure, no, absolutely.
Well, and then and people don't know this, but before we started recording this, as we sit here on Tuesday at 4:00 in the afternoon, whatever, the 28th of May, or the 28th of April, you and I have talked a little bit, so I know you're going to be very busy. So again, the fans aren't necessarily going to see Chief Gabrielson swinging the batties.
I'm not going to be on the field. I will definitely be there. We've got a lot going on. I want to make sure that I can make the rounds and get to interact with everybody that comes down and joins us.
Well, you're going to hear names like Crazy Legs.
Yeah. Yep.
Shooter, Tex, guys like that.
Well, maybe we'll come up with some names for our players too in the meantime.
I would recommend it.
Okay.
If Perry Thacker is there, who heads up our baseball operations for the Reds Hall of Fame 1869 Red Stockings, if Perry's there, he's going to give you guys nicknames whether you like them or not.
Okay. Well,
so if the guys have a nickname, need to let us know.
All right. Sounds good.
So Perry doesn't pin one on you.
Right.
It's all in good fun. We'll have a blast. What else can you say? So the game is the activities.
Yeah, so everything kicks off at noon at Phillips Park.
Right.
A little bit different. Where we wanted to again get someplace. Obviously, we need a place to play the game, and you actually don't need, as you're well aware, you don't actually need a baseball diamond to do this.
Correct.
Just a field. That's all. That's all we want.
In fact, it's the opposite. Not only do you not need a baseball diamond, you need the open field,
right,
and not a diamond.
So Phillips Park is the perfect place for us. So festivities are going to kick off at noon. First pitch scheduled for 1:00.
Right.
Game time roughly 1 to 2. In that time frame, I'm guessing maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less.
Well, I know that the schedule that you guys have is noon to 4.
Yes.
So if first pitch is 1. We'll see how many innings we play, but typically it would be a 9-inning game.
Oh, okay. Well,
so we could go.
Fantastic.
We could go all the way to 4:00.
Well, hey, whatever it is, there's.
If you guys don't batter us and like we have to call the 10-run rule and call it a day because we're just wiped out.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
We're not going to batter you.
It's just going to be a lot of fun that day. So, in addition to that, so while that's going on, actually we've got the Right V Flyer. From Dayton General South, the weather permitting, is going to do a flyover for us. We kind of wanted to bring in some historic themed items, so they're going to come down and do a flyover for us. We have a Touch a Truck event that will be out in the parking lot. We're going to have, obviously, the fire department will be there, the police department will be there, Public Works will be there with several of their vehicles. There are going to be maybe some food vendors that might be there for some specialty items, but the city, we are actually going to be there. Staff is going to be there providing food for, and we're going to stay with the modern baseball theme, and we're going to go with hot dogs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say there's hot dogs and chips.
Yep, hot dogs and chips.
As long as the supply lasts.
Correct.
Those are you
Yes.
come and get them.
Yep, absolutely.
No fees.
Nope.
Well, and no ticket price to
No,
the
no,
game.
completely free
invited.
event, public invited, come on down.
Yeah.
Definitely a friendly event for the whole family. Easy parking over at the high school. We have a shuttle that will bring you right over and drop you off at the event and then take you back to your car. I mean, it's going to be
That's beautiful.
Fantastic day. Fantastic.
Well, and I know we talked before we started recording, and you touched on it. It is Police Week.
Yes, that is National
So
Police Week.
Right, so it's National Police Week. One of the things that's going to be happening in terms of the vintage baseball game is the police will be honored.
Yeah, so we started several years ago when I got here honoring, during Police Week, our active and retired officers. We started inviting our retired officers back, kind of a little reunion,
Right.
Have them come back and, just stay in touch, what's going on. Well, this year we have combined that, since it does fall during National Police Week. We're going to combine that event. We've invited all of our retirees and all of our active officers to actually come out to this event. We're going to, have them out there. We're going to say a little something just to honor them at the baseball game. That's not going to be the focus, but we are, it's important for us to recognize the sacrifice that our officers made and make every day. So during that special time of year for us. So we've decided to combine that. And again, we're encouraging all of them to bring the kids and the grandkids to come out for this event. Because again, it is going to be a great day.
Yeah. Well, and I'm glad you just said that about the kids and the grandkids, because this is definitely a family affair, a family
100%.
family friendly. And I can speak to it in terms of as a member of the 1869 Red Stockings from the Hall of Fame. It absolutely is a family event. Everybody's going to have a blast. And, just a couple of things. I mean, what do you know about 1869 baseball compared to today? What do you want? I'll let you try to share a little bit.
So let's see, a couple of them, no gloves.
Right.
The ball obviously is a little bit, doesn't have the modern technology in the ball.
It's a little different.
A little different. I believe you can catch it on a bounce and it's still an out. Is that correct?
There's the bound rule.
Okay.
Yes. So especially for the catchers, I mean, you're dead on. So, which, by the way, a catcher was called a backstop.
Okay.
And so some terms they're going to hear. The catcher was called a backstop. The batter was called the striker.
Okay.
And the pitcher was called the hurler.
All right.
So, which hurler's kind of a common name still today. First base,
right.
second base, shortstop, and outfield, left field, center field, right field. That's common. But yeah, so the bound rule, foul ball, one bounce, caught after a bounce, on a foul fly ball. For the backstop, for the catcher, he catches anything on one bounce, batter's out.
Okay.
So, it doesn't happen very often. It's tough to do.
Yeah, okay.
A side note, the rules actually said, remember, this is not only no gloves, but the backstop, the catcher, he wasn't wearing a face mask and a helmet and a chest protector.
There's
and
nothing
knee
there.
pads. And, so he was standing behind home plate. Well, the rules in 1869 said the backstop can stand no further than 30 feet behind home plate.
All right.
And I'm guessing, I wasn't there in 1869 really, but I would say they stood far back because otherwise, a foul tip, if you're right there with no glove and no protection, it's a different animal.
Yeah.
But, fans are going to see some different things. And we'll learn as we go. One of the things we do in these games, because it's obviously to demonstrate 1869 baseball, the way it was played, and bring the history, especially on this 150th anniversary, bring the history alive. We'll talk before the game and make sure that we may use the bound rule, we may not. There's things, but they otherwise fly balls, for example, line drives, everything in fair territory is caught barehanded. But they used to have the bound rule there too, and we may use it or we may not.
Okay.
The two teams will decide.
I think it's fascinating. I really do. I think it's fascinating. I think everybody's going to enjoy the mix of, getting the history of the game, seeing where it got its roots, especially Cincinnati with the history that Cincinnati has with Major League Baseball.
I'll throw the last two things because we'll get into the whole weekend, and we want to do that. We've spent a good amount of time already on the vintage baseball, but two other things, terms that they'll hear. So people think about umpires, plural umpires. One judge.
Okay.
Okay, and then the key part of that is in 1869, baseball was a gentleman's game. So the judge did not call balls and strikes. In fact, he stood off to the side. And the hurler's job, as opposed to pitchers today, the hurler's job was to throw the striker, the batter, a good strikeable ball.
So he could hit.
So they were supposed to hit the ball.
Okay.
And the pitcher was supposed to let the hitters have an opportunity to put the ball in play. However, the judge can interrupt and say, you know what, the hurler's not throwing good pitches, and he warns them one way or another. He could say, okay, I'm going to call balls and strikes. Or he can simply say, you know what, you haven't been delivering a good strikeable ball, batter, take your base.
Okay.
And likewise, the striker could be up there not swinging at what were good strikeable balls.
Gotcha.
Not swinging at it, same thing. The judge can say, you know what, I'm going to call strikes. Or he can simply say, you know what, batter, you're out. So, but it's a gentleman's game. The rest of the judge's job was, I come sliding into second base. You think you stepped on the bag ahead of me, or you think you tagged me. You say out, I say safe. In 1869, we stand up as gentlemen and we discuss it and decide.
Try and settle it amongst yourselves, and if you can't...
Well, if you can't, then the judge will.
Okay.
But here's the thing. If the judge was called upon, that means we did not behave in a gentlemanly way. We're probably getting thrown out of the game.
Okay. Interesting.
We're at least going to get some sort of warning. And, of course, the judge will rule safe or out. But generally, just some side things that people... Bottom line, gentleman's game and a judge, not four umpires, one judge.
Right. Okay.
So, fun stuff.
No,
well,
absolutely.
Hey, there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on that day. I want to give you a chance to talk about not only that day on Saturday the 16th, but also on Sunday the 17th. So what else do you have for us, Chief?
So Saturday the 16th, after the game, again, we're going to wrap up about 4 o'clock downtown. Got a couple of things going on downtown. We have a bourbon raffle that's going on.
Okay.
That first one is going to be held, the first 50 bottles. The city went down to New Riff, just across the river, selected a barrel specifically for this. We had 150 bottles made, commemorative bottles. They're actually laser etched with our 150th logo.
Oh, nice.
There's raffle tickets that are available. You can go to the city website, hit it with the QR code, purchase raffle tickets. The first 50 bottles are going to be raffled off that evening at Cappy's downtown.
Excellent.
And then after that, there's going to be 2 more occasions. And if you buy a ticket before May 16th, you're in that drawing. If you don't win one of the first 50, guess what? You stay in the raffle until the end.
Okay.
Yes.
And then between May the 16th, because you said there's 2 more raffles, I know.
Yes.
June 20th is the second one.
Yes.
And obviously July 4th.
July 4th.
As the real celebration
Correct.
continues for 150 years.
Both at Cappy's.
But so if you get in ahead of the 16th, you're in all the way through.
Yep.
And, of course, you are able to buy raffle tickets between the 16th and the
Yes,
and
yeah,
so
you
on.
can continue to
And get
buy all the way up to the last raffle,
Very
the last 50 bottles. And again, when these 150 are gone, that's it. There are no more.
I've seen images of the bottle. It's a really cool, like you said, that
Yeah.
etched in.
We're
Sesquicentennial.
hoping to get a hold of it here pretty quickly. It's in production, so we're hoping to get our hands on it pretty quickly.
And for you guys at home, you're going to check that QR code. $60 for one raffle ticket.
Yes.
But you get 5 for $100.
5 for 100. Yes.
You got to buy 5.
That's the way.
Hey, you're crazy.
Yeah, you're crazy if you just buy one.
So anyway,
Yep.
The bourbon bottle raffle. Then what else?
That evening downtown, several of the bars are doing a decade-themed party. So if you like particularly the 80s, check it out, see which bar is hosting, which bar restaurant is hosting that. So dress up as that, theme for that decade and go have fun. But don't just stay at one, go to the other
You
ones,
might have to-
visit all the way around town. So whether one of them might be doing the 70s, one of them might be doing the the 20s.
Right. I was going to say you might have to change clothes.
Well, if you wanted
go
to,
to the
absolutely.
80s
Sure,
one, or
sure.
or maybe you start at the 20s one.
And maybe you go through time, whatever. But
I
yeah,
don't
so
have, I don't have that many good outfits.
we wanted to get the downtown businesses involved in something, and they actually came up with this idea and said, "Hey, we would love to do this." So again, yeah, it's going to be now again not necessarily kid friendly because it's
Well,
going to
that's
be
a whole different animal.
So it's about going down and enjoying the local businesses that are downtown, getting something to eat, having a few drinks responsibly, of course.
Have a soda pop.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, obviously, one of those bars has got to be the 1870s or something.
Maybe they may. I don't know what they're going to do, but
They only have to go back-
That's up to the bar.
They only have to go back 150 years.
Right. Yeah.
They don't
There
have to
you
all
go.
the
They
way
don't
back.
have to go all the way back.
Because it's Loveland 150 years.
Yes.
So the decade themed throughout downtown Loveland.
Yes.
Variety of restaurants and pubs.
Yep.
I like to say pubs. But so that sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that, with the decade themes, they'll have the live music or some sort
Yeah, everybody's going to do a little. Again, it's up to the individual, establishment how they're going to embrace the theme. So yeah, you're going to see probably some, music, particular music to go in line with that decade. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun that night.
Well, the 60s and 70s for me, I'm giving away my age, but after that, somebody younger than me.
All right.
Anyway, so that pretty much is what's happening.
Yeah, that wraps up the 16th. So that's
Saturday.
Saturday, and that's day one of our 150th or Sesquicentennial celebration for the year. So that's day one.
That's the official.
That's the official
opening.
start. That's the official weekend. Day one, May 16th.
Beautiful. And then on Sunday,
May 17th.
Well, hopefully, I don't want to put you on the spot. You're comfortable talking
Nope.
about
Yeah. We
throughout
don't.
the weekend.
As everybody knows, there's always something to do in Loveland, so we didn't want it to, any break in time. The 17th, we carry on with the 150th celebration. So starting at 10 a.m. on Sunday, May 17th, we're going to have a classic car show downtown.
Oh, wow.
First time in quite a while. I understand that or maybe in a long time that we've even had a car show downtown. I don't know if it's ever happened.
I'm thinking as you're saying that, Mike, it's I've been here, a resident of Loveland since 1998,
Okay.
and I don't remember specifically the classic.
Yeah, if it has,
classic car
maybe
show.
there has been, but
I might have missed it.
Yeah.
But
so
anyway.
yeah, we're having one, and this is one of the events we hope continue on in the future. But we're starting with that. There will be prizes. There's going to be, the dash plaques available for people if they register to get in there. So anybody that's out there that has a classic car that wants to get in, again, get on the Loveland website. You can get in. There is a small fee to join to make sure that people show up to register for it. But there are going to be prizes as well. That are available. So that starts at 10 and goes till 2.
Right. I'm going to throw something in real quick.
Go ahead.
Before you continue, because we've mentioned it a couple times, and I haven't helped the people out. So go to the website. So go to Loveland, L-O-V-I-N, Life, Loveland, all one word, lovelandlifeloveland.com.
That's it.
And the links are there for all the celebration stuff,
Yes.
and that's where you can find the QR codes for the bourbon raffle or how to register for any of the
There'll be
events
a
that you
link
wanna
on
be a
there to
part
get
of.
to register for the car show.
And we'll say that again before we're done.
Yeah.
Lovelandlifeloveland.com.
That's it.
It'll get you everything you want to know.
Yep.
But,
Or if you just go to the city's website, there'll be a link to get to the Love and Life.
Well, let's
website as
continue
well.
this.
So yes,
Let's continue the Sunday celebration.
so
10 to 2
10
car show.
10 to 2
and
car
then-
show.
yeah.
We're also going to have throughout the day. We're going to have a anniversary pie bake-off. So if there's anybody out there that's a baker and thinks they've got the pie recipe, they can again jump online, register. They can bring it in, and we're going to have people judge. And there'll be some prizes to go along with that. So we encourage people to again, if you think you've got what it takes to make the best pie,
Chuck shaking
register.
his head.
Yeah,
Not me.
right. Register and come on out, bring it out, and that's going to be part of the day. We are going to have a celebration. It's basically a birthday party.
Right.
That's we're
Oh, yeah.
actually
Wow.
150th. So we have
150
a
years.
giant cake that's going to be there. It's
wow.
at least 5 foot, 6 foot cake. So we're going to have cake that's available.
Now somebody's not going to
after
jump out of the cake.
We don't do that.
We're
You
not
know,
doing that. Okay.
that was.
I was starting to get nervous there. Like who's?
Yeah,
popping
we're
out
not
of the
doing
cake?
that, but the cake will be there, and the cake is actually we're a place out of Florida. We found a place out of Florida that's actually making it and shipping it up. It's actually going to be seen at several events throughout the rest of the celebration throughout the year. So it's something that we can reuse throughout the year. So, but we're going to have cake available for people on that day, and we have a band, Rooster Ridge, local band Rooster Ridge is going to be playing. I think they start.
I think people here in Loveland are going to be familiar with.
Yes,
hear that name,
yeah,
Rooster
if they
Ridge.
do, they're all local.
Fun, a fun band.
Fun band. So, and that is actually, we're setting a stage up in front of City Hall. So it's actually going to be on the front. It'd actually be on Greer Militzer, the stage itself, but the actual, where people can hang out and have a good time is going to be right in the front yard of City Hall. Because as some people know, there's going to be some construction going on in Nisbet Park with some of the, the upgrades that are being made there. So we had to come up, be creative, and so we got room there. So Rooster Ridge is going to be playing there. There'll be.
And they're going to start the live music with Rooster Ridge starts at 4 o'clock on Sunday.
I believe it's 4 to 6, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, after a while, some of these things, tend to get turned around in your head. I'm pretty sure they're 4 to 6 that day.
Yeah.
And then one more thing,
Go ahead.
we got as part of this on that day, we have a talent show, so people can register for a talent show. So the dance studio is managing that for us, so you can again get online. Register for that. So again, if you're a baker, you can definitely get involved that way. But if you think you've got a unique talent that everyone is going to love and bond with, you can register and come out and showcase your talent.
We're going to do the Loveland's Got Talent show.
Yep. So come on out.
That should be interesting to see.
Get up in front of everybody, whatever that is.
Whether you want to display your talent or if you want to watch somebody else take a shot at theirs.
Whatever it is, come on out. Yes, for sure.
Fun event.
Yep, and that'll be
all of this, Mike. No charge.
No charge.
Public invited.
Yep,
come and enjoy.
absolutely. Downtown. Come on downtown. Anytime after 10 a.m. There's going to be things going all day long.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this out to artists.
Yes.
I was going to
forgot about them. Yes.
But the plein air artists are going to be out around. And
painting. So there will be, I believe, last count there was about 7 or 8 artists. So, not an art guy myself, had no idea what this was until it started up. So essentially, there's going to be most local artists that will be out there, very accomplished artists, will be out there, set up at various places throughout the city, and they will be live painting different landscapes, whatever they see that's out there. They will be there so you can stand and watch that. There's also going to be a showcase for some sidewalk chalk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because that's
just fun stuff.
Just fun stuff, yeah. So we're going to have a few sidewalk chalk artists that are going to come out and do a few things. And that is actually showcasing, because next year, again, we want to carry some of these things on. We are hoping to bring that back and expand on a little bit more, some art things next year, including a sidewalk chalk art showcase next year. So this is kind of a little glimpse into some things in the future as well.
The world we live in, Mike. I mean, it's changed. I never would have thought of the sidewalk artists.
Yeah. If you've ever seen some of those, they're absolutely amazing.
I've seen some,
yes, I mean, they are absolutely amazing. It's mind-boggling what they can do. So I mean, I'm barely do a hopscotch, outlet on the and that's the extent of my talents, and what they come up with, it's just unbelievable.
You and I are more alike than we want to admit.
Absolutely.
In that respect. But one other thing, and this isn't just the May 16th and 17th weekend. Throughout the historic 150th anniversary celebration this year, I understand there's a history walking tour. Are you familiar with that as well?
Yes.
So what can you tell us about that?
So the Historic Society got together. It was something that they said, hey, this would be a perfect opportunity. Again, it's about 150 years of Loveland, so we want to celebrate that. Right. So they have come up with, I believe right now there's about 18 different locations throughout the city that they'll be able to go to. There'll be a placard, or there'll be something. It might be a temporary one. I don't know. Right, all of them will actually be. Eventually, again, this is something that's going to live on into the future. There'll be a permanent fixture there that has a QR code in it. So you can get on to the Historic Society's website. You'll be able to follow along. Hey, here's where the stop 1 is. You go there, hit the QR code, and it will tell you all about that. What happened, the history, what happened there. Yeah. Now, obviously, some places, some buildings are still here. Some places aren't. So you might just be standing looking at, a field or a park, what used to be at this place, but it's all historic markers throughout the city. And this is something, again, I think 18 was the last count I heard. but this is something that's going to continue to expand and again live on. So it's not just for the 150th this year; it's going to go on.
Well, one of the neat things, Mike, is obviously the history that we're talking about and sharing that history. But the fact that you're taking this event and saying these are some things we want to see continue to keep Loveland alive and attractive going forward too.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'll take a look at the past, celebrate this year, and in 2027 it's all forgotten.
No, there are anything that we can do to, again, carry on the history and the traditions and to bring people down, and hopefully they're enjoying it. If people right now can get by, one of the things that's going to happen this year as well, kind of jumping a little bit here, but obviously it's not just our 150th, it's the 250th of the United States.
Right.
So we actually, Claremont County, we actually are having a 250th mural done in
Right.
Nisbet Park. That's being done right now.
Right.
So you can actually get online and see the progress of that right now. That's going to be dedicated at some point throughout the year, but again, something that is going to be there to celebrate not only our anniversary, but the anniversary of the United States. And that mural is going to be there for years.
Right. No, that's why I say it's very impressive. It's very impressive. I can't even. If I ask you this question, so how many people has it taken to get to here? We're sitting here recording this on Tuesday, April 28th. We're not that far away. I mean,
right. To be here before
18 days away from that
Yes.
May 16th. But it's got to be an immense effort.
When we started 2 years ago, when the clerk of council and the city manager's executive assistant, Misty Clark, got us together.
Yeah.
I looked at her and I thought, "It's 2 years down the road. You're crazy. Why are we talking about this?" It went by in a blink of an eye, and probably I couldn't even guess how many people, Chuck. I mean, it's probably well over 50 have touched it in some way, shape, or form.
I was going to say, that's why I asked you, because I know it's a big
and that
number.
doesn't include like the teams that's going to show up and play. That doesn't even include this. This is, and it's not just city staff. It is people from throughout the community. I mean, the community has really supported us. The business owners have jumped in with us. And if anybody out there would like to support this, there are a number of ways that anybody can support this. Again, go to our website. We actually have a store if you want to get anything 150th related through RP Diamond. We partner with RP Diamond. So there are T-shirts and hats and sweatshirts, and we have a commemorative baseball that we're going to have actually at the baseball game on the 16th that has the Loveland logo on it, a commemorative baseball for this. They're going to be available there that you can buy. There are ways to sponsor different things. A family can get together and have a street sign that has whatever, I think it's 18 characters on it that you want to put on there. So for me, if I wanted to put, a street sign that had 150, and it is, Chuck, it's not, your chintzy little.
No, I know.
It is a real street sign.
I've heard about the
full-size street sign.
I won't tell the listeners what the value of that sign is, but trust me, if you buy into it or sponsor that, it's a really good value.
Yes.
The price you pay
absolutely.
For it, you're way ahead of the game.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
So there's a lot of ways that you can get in if to help us out, whether it's through a sponsorship. But the big thing is come on out to these events. That's where we need people to come out. That's the best way to support us is come out, enjoy yourself on the 16th, the 17th, everything else that we're doing this year. Make sure you come on out.
Well, 2 years of planning, organizing, and getting to this day that's coming up fast has flown by. Guess what? 30 minutes has flown by too. We're in the final minute.
All right.
But and so what I want to say too, again, as a member of the 1869 Red Stockings from the Reds Hall of Fame, we are so excited and thankful to the City of Loveland for inviting us to come out and share the history of the game with the history of this great city. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
To all involved, from the mayor and the city council and Misty Clark and yourself, Mike. Thank you for that. But for the people listening, come out at noon and make sure you're there by 1 o'clock at least on Saturday, May the 16th, to see how baseball, the birth of baseball, and the way the game was played.
Absolutely.
157 years ago.
Yep.
And so you'll really enjoy it. I promise you it'll be a good time for the Loveland team. And we always have a good time. So no, I can promise that. But
It'll be a great day.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And again, Mike, thank you so much for taking the time to share all that's happening. Is there anything you want to say before I say goodbye?
No, absolutely. Just again, I can't stress enough. Bring the family. Come on out. It's going to be fantastic.
May the 16th starts it all off at noon. And you
Village
can
Park.
continue right on through the evening and then come back Sunday. It's going to be a great weekend here in Loveland, celebrating 150 years. Chief Mike Gabrielson, thank you so much for
Thanks for having
joining
me,
me
Chuck.
here. It was my pleasure. And so, listeners, thank you for listening in. For now, I'm Chuck Gibson, and this is Loveland Beacon Talks.